Phog, are you copying me? Hello everyone, it's SK95. Welcome back to more Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. Last time, we helped somebody out with matchmaking advice, and they managed to get a girlfriend. This time though, we're going to be helping Phog out this time by going to the affinity mission right over here. This one requires you to have Phog at least 2 hearts of affinity, and you need to complete bottoms up before you do this. So here we go.
So, there's a mission I'd like your help with. It's from an outfitter team working on a new scale. I guess they found some strange things during tests in Oblivia. They've asked us to investigate them and find out what they are.
Where are these things?
I know, I'm curious too. But I'm afraid we don't know anything specific at the moment. That's kind of the point, actually. This would normally be a curator kind of job, right? But I asked them to make an exception for me. I want to become a more well-rounded blade. Someone more like you or my brother. A man who can handle any mission. I feel like I've only just discovered what I want to be since I met you.
I'll catch up in no time.
I'll do my best. If I keep completing missions and building trust, I hope to make my brother proud. Yes. Anyway, should we go?
The Great Divide. Phog seems keen to make amends with somebody with his past. With that in mind, go investigate the strange things that were found in Oblivia. Let us head to Oblivia and actually try to find it. Fry is not available to you while during this mission. And it's actually very close by, right behind us. Now, outright speaking, I'm just gonna go and get my Skell and drive over there easily, because this is not much of a threat. Multiple weird things over here. Very odd, wouldn't you say?
This is them. I've definitely never seen one of these before. Right then.
I don't think it's a good idea.
I know, but if my brother were here, he wouldn't let that stop him.
You see, this is why we don't touch random things. Alright, that's gonna be very annoying. And I'm getting enough hits that can keep going, and man, a lot of these afters are really annoying. But thankfully though, they're not really that bad in terms of enemy fights. Although, to be fair though, we only have one skill with us right now. This is gonna make things awkward. And unfortunately, everyone's dying because of this. Alright, that's it. Alright, there we go. And then please kill at least one of you. Sheesh. Shining shield.
I see a window.
Cancel up. And there we go. Alright, we can't have you at least. Oh, for crying out loud, one of you just died. Unfortunately, these stupid guys are up in the air, so it makes things way more awkward. No wonder I'm getting hit. I'll be right back. Alright, let's try this again. Let's see if this gear is up to snuff at least, because this is going to be annoying. No wonder he doesn't hit, like, anything at all. Stupid titanium nonsense. Let's get him this. Actually, yep. Can't really get any higher than what I have right now, and let's give him a headgear. Phog's legwear is outdated at best. Titanium spear is completely outdated. There's always one thing about this game that I despise, is the fact that a lot of gear is outdated when you get to items, and really does suck. Just get ourselves out of the way of this. horn thing on her because she needs it. Still better than what she has equipped. Dual swords. The second glade hits harder, but it's also a higher cooldown. Whatever. This one out of the way. Go, there we go, there we go. Whatever. Let's try this again, and this time I'm just gonna go balls blazing.
Get this started.
I'm going in.
Charge!
Ready. Fire. Overwhelm. Spiral
Got
horn.
your name Look at that. Like a charm.
These guys are obnoxious. Thank God they're gone. Oh my God. That was annoying. Oh yeah, I hated those things.
What strange organisms? I've never seen anything like them.
Ganglion.
I don't know. I don't see much reason for them to lay a trap out here. No sense in idle speculation, I suppose. Let's bring one back and have the lab crew take a look. I'm sure my friend Solon will be able to help us out.
And let's leave, because I really don't want to deal with this. Oh my. That entire fight was a literal train wreck. And this is why skills have an asterisk around them, because the stupid tyrants have to exist. Ugh. Just ugh. Where's Solon when you need them? Solon, yoo-hoo. There you are.
Hello, Solon. It's been a while.
Sorry, who are you?
Oof. Phog?
Ah, yes, of course. I remember because you have all the presents of your namesake.
But you didn't remember.
Right, well, apologies. Did you need me?
Yes. We were attacked by a strange organism in Oblivia.
Some new bioweapon from the Ganglion?
We're not sure. We brought one back so you could take a look, if you don't mind.
Sounds dangerous. I love it. Let's go take a look. Well then, a cursory analysis rules out the bioweapon theory. It's not Ganglion. Tech level is wrong.
Meaning...
No clue. Could be another indigenous Mirren species. You know, one that lives only in Oblivia?
I see.
Do you know about all those ruins over in that region? It's possible something in one of them could help provide us with answers.
Why do I get the feeling the rest of my day is going to be in ruins?
A reasonable assumption. Anyway, there are 3 likely sites, so you'll want to get on that.
Time to site hunt for those ruins. Yep. Let's go in, try to find them. All of them are in Oblivia. Now, every single ruin site is pretty much where you're going to be going, so let's start with the North Coast first. Because that's pretty much the obvious location first. Hey, one of these days, I will not be butchered by the damn game and its classic funny ha ha ha. It's always like that with this game. Never any other way. These dang ruins are right here, at least. Found a North Coast rock. Does not matter which one you go to, it just means you have to grab at least one of them. Damn it. Really? Fine, I'll kill you and your brethren. Easy peasy.
An exemplary battle.
Whatever, the tyrant's dead. At least I don't have to deal with it again. I was just trying to go after the dang wrecked trailer right over here. I forgot about. Thank you. Sheesh. And another mining probe. Alright, that's fine. Next up, go to where the ruins of the boss would be located. Which, if you know fully well by the game standards, it was when Chapter 4 was going on, and a bunch of ganglion up the butt. Thankfully, though, our level is way too high for certain ganglion, so we can actually ignore them for now. But outright speaking, certain items and enemies are going to be pretty much a problem, but we're pretty much fine to walk away when we can. So let's go up here. Yeah, he won't target us at least, so there's that. I'm not too concerned by this guy, so let's just get out of here because there's no reason to be up there. As much as I want to, the problem is that the item we were looking for the thing that's hidden here is not, well, obvious. I don't know why. It's just not. Regardless, though, let's just jump away, jump away, jump away, jump away, jump away, climb all the way up to the top. And then we should be good to go to get back up to these ruins. Alright, so we're here right now, and we can actually get up to the ruins now. Thankfully, these guys are ignoring us, so there's that involved. Honestly, I prefer being ignored when it comes to these enemies. They're not much of a threat, to be honest. Non-aggressive enemies like this usually aren't. But once we get to the top of here, I think, found Bow Ruins Fragment. Coastal Ruins Fragment, so we can go to FN Site 312 next. This mission's always been one of the most, I'd say, slow-moving and train-wrecky missions in the game. Mostly because of that first battle. Mostly because of that first battle. I am now stuck. I am not stuck. I am not stuck. Oh, that's a mean spot. All right, no choice.
Start big.
Fine, you get to die with your brethren.
Block this.
All right, you get to die with your brethren. I don't care.
Spiral horde!
Break your horde.
Now we're talking.
Block
Lose it and
this.
strike flash. Rock slash.
Now.
Please die in pieces.
Got it. Use melee attack.
Another skill level up. Nice. All right, with that done, I can finally get out of my wary way and head back to give all the samples needed for that one guy, Solian. This mission makes me annoyed. Solian, you, where are you this time? Hello, Solian, there you are. Blasted loading into the game.
I received the data you sent from the ruins. I'll get started on it now. Sorry, but there's only one thing I can say for sure.
And that is?
It's not a ganglion weapon, or native to Mira. Oh, and it's not from Earth. That was 3 things, actually. Phog, you still with us? Yeah, I understand it's less than we hoped for, but still...
Brother. That's right. Fry Christoph is my older brother. It's a bit of a long story. Do you mind listening?
All right.
Right. First, let me apologize for not telling you about this sooner. My brother and I had a huge fight back on Earth. The Christophs are a military family. Fry, our father, his father, his father. But I took after my late mother. I wanted to be an engineer. And though we were different, we were all still close. But that all changed when it came time to board the White Whale. My father was the only one of us who didn't get a spot. He stayed behind on Earth. Fry couldn't see how someone with his experience and rank could be denied. And he raised holy hell about it. Oh yes, Dad was Fry's hero in most respects. Anyway, Fry had it wrong. Still does, I assume. Unlike him, I accepted the truth immediately. I had no objection to leaving our father behind. Because that was his choice, you see, and I wanted to respect his wishes. He said an old man like him had no place taking someone else's spot. All his life, he'd sacrificed himself to keep others safe. This was no different, except that it meant we'd never meet again. But Fry wouldn't hear it. He refused to listen to me or Dad. He's been bitter and distant ever since. Yes, it was. Thank you. I want us to be close again. I'm hoping that if I keep pushing myself as a blade, I can at least speak to Fry as a peer. Then maybe he'll finally listen. Anyway, I really appreciate your help in all this.
The Great Divide is now complete, and we learned the history between Phi and Phog. They're not the best of terms, but hopefully they can work it out. You learn dual gun art, Sky High. And Oblivious 35%. Now, Sky High is an interesting art. What it does is basically inflict stun and does physical damage alongside boosting damage in melee combos. This can be conceivably useful in battle. And having a stun art regardless is insanely good. The only negative downside is the fact that its damage scaling is probably the weakest out of the arts you can get. So yeah, there is that. At least that's all done. Also, I forgot to check Phog's new arts. Whoops. Excuse me. Background noise, that's pretty much a basic art for one of the access for Wing Viper. Boosting melee damage when using melee arts from behind, so there's that. That's pretty much not really too much to understand. Phog has another new arts that he's gotten, such as Executioner and Ghostwalker. We've already seen these arts before. They're pretty basic for the class he has. But regardless of that, I think, honestly speaking, we're going to end this off right here. Next time on Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, we're going to be doing something that's a bit more espionage-ish to our standards next time. See you all then.
1, 2, 3, 4.